All right, welcome. So this is Kurt here. He's been my client for 5 or 6 months. If you don't mind, just briefly introduce yourself and the type of business that you run.
Yeah, so I used to be a sales rep. I run online coaching now for sales reps to go from good to great. Now, before I got into this, I was just working as a sales rep. Then obviously I decided to go into my own coaching. Now, before that, I actually had no idea how to do it. And then obviously I started working with Clay because I wanted to understand how to leverage content to be able to get my name out there and my audience out there. So to put it bluntly, I sell high ticket sales coaching online for sales reps.
How much of that would you say the revenue you're doing with that? How much of the revenue has come from the content that we produced? You said
All of it, all of it's come from
okay.
content.
That's insane. And how many followers do you have now on? I guess it could just be like all platforms combined.
That's like the crazy thing about like the how much I've done compared to like the audience that I have in total. Overall on Instagram I don't have more. I have like 1,200 followers. I had 1,000 when we started. I think no, I had less than that when we started. Actually, I had about 700 when we initially started. On YouTube I had 0 subscribers when we started. I think I've
Oh
got
yeah.
like 100 now. On Twitter, I have like 700. On Facebook, I have like 1,000 friends. So in overall, I actually don't have that much of an audience, that big of an audience.
I mean, from what we've done, it's just because the value's there that people come to it and they see that you're different from the other closers that are out there, and that's why it's very attractive. If you don't mind sharing, could you share specific revenue numbers for the coaching from content?
I won't even give you revenue. I'll give you cash collected.
Okay.
So since we started the program in January, that first month, just as we did low ticket, I think we did around like maybe 15 grand in the first month. Then in February, what month are we now? Yeah, so in February we did 70 grand in total. This month just gone, we did about 96 grand cash collected in the month, and that's literally just all from YouTube as well.
So which would you say is more important, the short form content or the YouTube? I know they work together pretty closely, but
YouTube 100%. YouTube is so good. Like most people think you need to take sales calls to get that to that kind of level, like $96,000 in a month.
Mhm.
I don't even take sales calls. Like literally, people just watch my YouTube over and over again. Like they tell me in the DMs, like I've watched your YouTube videos like 4 or 5 times. Like I just want to pay. Like YouTube is so powerful. Like people underrate the leverage you can have behind YouTube, like how strong it is. Because somebody did mention this to me, like short form people only see like a 10-second clip of you, whereas like long form people see like the people buy into you like as a person because they watch longer form videos, like maybe 20, 30, 40 minutes long. So they
uh,
start buying into you. So look, YouTube is way more leverage compared to short form, in my opinion, anyway, from what I've seen.
so before we started working together, did you consider doing content yourself, or had you tried any at all?
I tried nothing, honestly. It was something that I'd always wanted to do, but
Uh,
I think I was obviously what a lot of people just stand in their own way with it. I was kind of making my own excuses, but I think with your help, having you by my side was so fucking helpful because it's quite like I suppose you're kind of stepping into the unknown with it because you're not sure what type of videos, you don't know how to edit, you don't know what to make, what stands out, thumbnails, captions, all this kind of stuff. Like there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. And then when I started working with you, you started giving me scripts, you started doing your own research and tell me what works, what doesn't, how I'm going to be able to get more views. So it just made the whole process a lot more. I had more confidence in the process because all I had to do with you is literally just make the video and that was it.
and which part of the process was saved you the most time, would you say?
Everything that you do.
Everything.
Yeah, everything that you fucking do, like literally everything. Like I refer you to so many people because it's like he's so fucking helpful and part of my language, but he's so helpful. And most of the time, like I know I get busy sometimes, like with doing stuff, and you'll still follow up with me just to make the content. Do you know what I mean? And there's like an honesty behind it as well because at one point I remember you said to me like, bro, like I don't just want your money. Like you need to start making content. Do you know what I mean? Because otherwise, you just pay me for nothing. So I need you to start making
Right.
content. And from there, I actually give myself a bit of a kick up the butt. And it was probably good that you gave me that because that month I think we did really well. The month you kind of gave me
Uh,
that little bit of accountability.
right. Yeah. Because what I find too is a lot of coaches, they'll get so involved in the day to day of getting on calls with clients or whatever, or doing whatever else, where it's like content just becomes
back
put on the
burner.
sidelines,
Yeah.
where really if the lead flow is coming through that, just dedicating just 1 to 2 hours a week is essential, um, just to get the lead flow you're looking for and then hit the amounts you want to with the business.
Yeah, you've
So
made me really enjoy content as well. Like I actually love making content now. I
oh
actually
really?
really, yeah, I love making content now. Trust me, I used to be the guy that used to like try to avoid it at all costs, but now like I just to make content wherever I go.
Yeah, I would say when we first started, I remember that you didn't want to, you didn't know how you were going to come across on camera, and then you tried a little bit, and then it was like you didn't really know what to say, but it was coming out good. But that was like really a struggle. But then going back and forth with it now you're pretty confident and good to go.
Yeah, yeah, I
Um,
love written sales
yeah.
content now.
Uh,
Because that was another thing as well that I was uncertain around in the beginning. I was like, I didn't really want to put sales content out there, and I
uh,
think you just kind of encouraged me to do that eventually. And then because of that, like I've just ended up making way more money because of that now.
right, and that's really the difference between the value content and the more entertaining because we're doing a
Mm.
mix of that. We have some value content that we have more broad content like the day in the lives or mindset videos where those videos get it brings the people in, then they check out those niche videos and they're like they just get a lot of value from that and then end up joining the group. So in terms of turnaround times, what does that look like once you send me an edit?
Bro, like there's been two specific short forms that I remember that I'm just like this is A class, dude. Like, can we? How fast can we get this done? And then by in like a couple of hours, it's already done. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's really really good that because I'm in the heat of the moment. That I've just made the content. I'm in love with it.
Hmm.
You make it in the same day, so then I ended up posting it, and then it ends up just doing really 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 well. And those
Uh,
specific value short forms that we made were really good. Like they always end up
uh,
being bangers. The turnaround time is really, really good. And as soon as like I mentioned, like I'm just not sure on this specific part, like I don't really like this, you just take it
mhm.
out straight away.
With that speed, would you say the quality definitely is held through the content without
100%.
sacrificing?
100%.
100%.
The the quality of my it's like the way you edit the quality of my content is exactly how I imagine it in my brain.
Hmm.
Most of the time it comes out better than I could have put it together myself, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Like the
Oh yeah.
short forms are absolutely excellent, and everybody compliments on the quality of my YouTube as well. And I think a lot of people have asked like who you are and like how can they get in contact with you as like a referral because the way the way you edit my content is just always it's like really good quality as well. And I hate the sound of my voice, right? I hate watching my content back, but I actually enjoy watching you edit my stuff.
Yeah, I'd love to hear that. So I would say for other coaches or agency owners, consultants, people who need content online but haven't jumped into this, say they have the same different fears that are holding them back, like you did in the beginning of how they're going to be perceived. What would you say to them when they're looking at a service such as mine?
How much are you actually costing your business? Or more importantly, this is one thing that actually helped me. This is one thing that triggered me to actually to start action in my YouTube and my content. Somebody
Hmm.
out there is suffering because you're not getting out there. So somebody out there is looking for your help, and by you not doing what you need to do for your business, somebody out is out there suffering. So for example, like the sales reps that are actively out there that need my help. Like for
Uh,
example, I had a client that had Marco. Like if I never would have put out content or made a program,
uh,
he wouldn't have access to me for help. So it's like these guys that aren't willing to make content, somebody's out there looking for your help, and by you
right.
not actively putting yourself out there, they're suffering because they don't have your help because they aren't aware of who you are. So not only
Exactly.
costing your business by not getting yourself out there because we're pretty much your like you think of a social media account now as like a digital business card, right? That's what it is. Your YouTube as
Hmm.
well. Um, YouTube is the most leveraged thing I've ever used in my life. Like it's the most lethal weapon. I say this all the time. It's like a lethal weapon.
Uh,
So it's costing your business, and somebody else is out there is suffering because you're not doing what you need to do. Stop sitting on the sidelines. Unless you hate money, that's also fine. Then don't do it. But if you love money, it's like a no-brainer.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's easy to think of it as like an internal, like I don't want to post, I don't want to, how am I going to be perceived? But if you think about it as without me posting, they're never going to see what I have to offer, and their lives are not going to be changed. So that's really important.
100%. Like if you never would have reached out to me, I probably wouldn't even be making content now.
I guess one last thing here. What do you see as the growth? What are your growth goals in terms of revenue and content, since they're closely correlated, in the next 6 months?
I'm just focusing right now. I'm just focusing on the week to week, like content to content, to like trying to keep that consistent. Because I think byproduct of us just continue to promote content and get value out there, I think the business will just naturally grow anyway. So the only way I see it at the moment is kind of like maybe a month ahead, just to make sure that I'm always on top of my content. So I think naturally, I want the business to consistently be doing over six figures. I want to be at about 250, 300k a month. So within the next 6 months, I think we'll fucking go for that, and then we'll just keep posting content. But I definitely want to get my subs to about 2,000 plus 2,000 in the next coming months, because we've only gotten to 400 together now, and my views are actually not bad at all for the amount of subs that I have.
Oh yeah, it's thousand. I mean, even on the YouTube, there's videos with 1,000, like four I believe now, and then some short form with over 10.
I'm pretty sure one of them's about to hit 2,000, but I know that to some that might not seem a lot, but if you understand how much revenue that's actually generated me, it's insane.
Oh yeah, awesome. So yeah, I mean that concludes pretty much the discussion here. I just wanted to thank you so much for your time jumping on this. And for anybody else who is interested, you can book a call with me. The first link in description.
And if you're going to book a call, don't waste his time, please, because he puts a lot of effort, time, and commitment into what he does, and he's massively helped me. So don't waste his time unless you're actually serious about actually investing in you and your business, please.